sugar plums. Listen, y'all come on up in here. How y'all doing? Listen, I just wanted to come in and say hello and drop some nuggets for those of you out in social media land that have been following me and that are seriously considering pursuing a flight attendant role. Come on in and stop in and let me give you some helpful tools, okay? Over my 5 weeks of training with a legacy airline carrier, I have been able to garner some useful tips that I believe will be useful to that weren't only useful to myself, but possibly to some others, okay? I may kind of be all over the place with this. I don't have anything written down. I'm just kind of going off of the top of my head. This is impromptu, okay? First things first, if you're not in shape, get in shape. If you're not a walker, please start walking. At least walk 2 miles a day. Get your legs acclimated to walking. Possibly get some very comfortable shoes. Now, I'm going to go a little far-fetched with this, and there's a reason why I'm going to say what I'm getting ready to say. If you're seriously considering, my suggestion to you would be to purchase whatever flight attendant shoes you're going to be wearing, not on the aircraft, but the flight attendant shoes you will be wearing throughout the airport. Most airline carriers, their policy is that you have to have a shoe with a heel. I can't remember if it's 1/4 of an inch, maybe about that. I don't know. Is that 1/4 of an inch? Something like that. I think my heels they're wedged like this. If you can, get a wedged heel. And my suggestion to you is to get 2 pair. And the reason why I am stating to get 2 pair is one of them, I want you to wear those when you go outside and you walk. Yeah, for 2 miles. Yeah, wear them. And you're buying a second pair in case, because of course you don't want to wear those after they've possibly been scuffed up from walking outside. Seriously, if you can wear those while you do your daily exercises, walking, please do that. It is going to make a world of difference because you will be walking concourses, you will be walking from terminal to terminal. Not just that, at training, you will be walking. I don't think I did less than 10,000 steps a day at training. And I have gotten in better shape. I have lost weight. I got on the scale and was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I had lost extra pounds. And so it's gonna make a difference because your feet are going to be so tired, even with the best of shoes. My flight attendant shoes are Clark's, and I've got inserts to help with the balls of my feet because the balls of your feet will get a little tender. They may not blister up, but they may still be tender even with the best of shoes. But you want to walk in those every day, at least 2 miles, just to get yourself acclimated to walking. Okay, that's first things first. So get in shape, and also if you're not up on all of your vitamins, be certain to do that because you're going to be very sleep deprived during training due to the rigorous training and the lack of sleep from studying, right? And you know, when you're sleep deprived, sometimes your immune system can suffer. And so do that if you can. Increase your vitamin supplements. So that's number 2. Number 3, find your learning style before you get to training. Everybody is different. Some people like to study alone. I am a person that likes to study alone. And the way that I did it during training is I studied alone. And then once I had done my studies, I sought a group of people that I could join for their study sessions, and it did prove to be very helpful. So learn your own study styles, things that may aid in you preparing yourself while you're studying. So whether it be by way of index cards, I did use index cards. I also utilized whiteboards and put the sticky notes on them, and that proved to be very helpful. You want to be able to tackle how you're going to study, because the information there's a plethora of information that is going to be dumped on you, and it is going to be overload, right? Because they're cramming everything into 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks, 7 weeks, depending on the airline carrier. Also, if you can, I've watched a lot of videos, and I've heard different sentiments. I've heard people say, don't do any pre-studying, because you're going to learn everything that they want you to learn. You will learn it there while at training. I have also heard people to say, get a jump on it. What I will say is, depending on the airline carrier, whichever airline carrier it is, you may want to do your homework before you go to training and see what aircrafts they fly. And if you can start studying those, please ma'am, please sir, start studying them, because it is a lot of information. You have to learn those aircrafts inside and out. And you're going to be tested ad nauseum about all things aircraft specific. And you don't only want to commit it to memory, but you want to be able to understand the concepts of why things are the way they are in those specific aircrafts. That's my advice. That's my perspective. Again, I've heard people say, don't study anything beforehand, because you don't want to get any misinformation or study something that you don't need to know. But I would rather be over-prepared than under-prepared, because it is a lot of information that is being disseminated to you. And it's a lot. It is a lot. You may want to learn your airport codes, maybe not. I know the airline carrier that I went to training for, they did want us to know some of the airport codes. I think there was 10 of them that we had to learn. There's 50 million of them. But you may want to look at that. But really, to be honest with you, look at the aircraft. Whatever that airline, whatever they are flying, look at them. And if there's a way you can study their diagrams, just get a running head start, is what I am going to tell you. Also, if you're not eating healthy, start eating healthy now. Stay hydrated. You want to get your body in a position to be able to handle the rigors of the training and all of the stress that is going to come with it. Again, if you're not exercising, start exercising, because there will be drills that you will have to do. One of the drills is, and you can get online, I'm not sharing anything that can't be disclosed. Obviously, I'm not going to share any sensitive information about policies or procedures about the airline that I did train with. But one of the components of the training is to get in a pool, get into the water, and either swim to a raft or pull yourself up in a life raft with all of your classmates. And it seems easy, but it is not easy. If you don't have much upper body strength, you want to work on that. So start working on your upper body strength, so that when it is time to pull yourself up in the raft, your classmates aren't doing all of the heavy lifting by trying to just hoist you over. You want to do that. And if you're not a swimmer, I don't think you particularly have to be a swimmer, because you will have a life vest on. And I think there's enough give in the pool, depending on how short or tall you are. I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'3", and I was able to manage. even in some of the deeper areas. I mean, I think I got to a point where my toes wouldn't touch the bottom, but your classmates will be there to help you. So work on that. Start exercising. You don't have to go out and get a gym membership. The way I exercise, I've done it all. I've been at gyms, I've done the boot camps, and so even right now, I use my own body weight to exercise. I walk, I make sure I get my walk in, and I have exercises that I incorporate even when I'm at the stoplight or whatever. You can do push-ups against a bench at a park. I even use the light poles at the stoplights. Seriously, I mean the wide poles, utility poles. There's a way, you can find a way to get in shape. But please start doing that, because the training will take every ounce of energy and it will suck you dry. Be prepared to lose a lot of sleep. There were nights I only got 2 or 3 hours of sleep, but it did pay off on the nights that I did that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I can share with you. If I think of something else, definitely will share it. But this is just my perspective and what I feel like would be of help to someone if you are seriously considering it. And again, stay very hydrated. I have been told being in the air will deplete you of hydration. I went on an evaluation flight the other day. It was interesting, and I can see why they say it will dehydrate you. So be certain that you're drinking a lot of water. Just start focusing on getting to a place of better health, because you have got to be in shape. Walking those concourses, it is like a beast. It is a beast. But just training by itself, you're walking. Again, I barely did less than 10,000 steps a day during training. You want to make certain that you are uber focused when you get to training. You will meet people that you will forge friendships with, possibly, but that is not the goal. The objective is not to forge friendships. You will forge them. The objective is to get through the training and graduate. And I am telling you, it is not easy. Now I see why they say we are part of the less than 1% of the populace of applicants that apply. The airline carrier that I did my training with, they had last year, I think they said 94,000 applicants, and there were 2,000 jobs created. So it was like less than 1% of the people that made it through. And it is utterly challenging. It is very challenging. I didn't realize that it was so much, and that there was so much entailed with getting through the training. So there you have it. Again, if I can think of anything else, we'll share in another video. I just wanted to share that I had some people request that I share just some information to help anyone that is considering the role of a flight attendant. My hat is off to all flight attendants. I will never, ever look at a flight attendant as just a waitress in the sky, because they are way more than that. There is so much that goes into the role of a flight attendant. Your first responders, your people that focus on hospitality and not just customer service. There's so much that goes into it. So much that goes into it. I'm so grateful that I've had this experience. It has been amazing. But I just wanted to share that information with you guys. So the journey continues. Stay tuned. All right. Talk to you later. Take care.